Good morning and welcome to a new city, a new country in fact. I left Istanbul yesterday and took a flight to the city of Batumi on the coast of the Black Sea in Georgia. My first time in Georgia, and yesterday I left Istanbul and it was hot and sunny, t-shirt and shorts weather, and I arrived in Batumi. It's absolutely pissing it down, and apparently it's going to be like this all of today and all of tomorrow. But then it gets really sunny again, up to 26 degrees. So I've not done a great deal of exploring in the city yet. What I have done is experienced a little bit of Batumi at night time. Last night I went out and within minutes of leaving my hostel I found a craft beer bar, and then I found another craft beer bar, which is really nice after months of drinking Efes. And then I went for some traditional Georgian food, which was absolutely fantastic and very, very filling. The thing, what I've noticed about Georgia so far is like you literally get around the corner and you're just blown away by some of the architecture. I mean, look at this. There's bloody all sorts going on here. There's a real contrast going on because just over here is the old town of Batumi. That's where my hostel is, and my first impressions are really positive. There's loads of street art, craft beer bars, lots of restaurants. It seems like a really cool place. And then just on the edge you get all these skyscrapers. And right next to all these skyscrapers is this old tower, which is known as the Cha-Cha Tower. Now Cha-Cha is a Georgian drink, which is from fermented grapes, I think, and apparently very, very strong. I've not tried any yet. I have seen a place selling it. There are rumours that this fountain used to pump out cha-cha rather than water. It is actually called the cha-cha fountain. Now apparently this place gets really busy at night because all of this lights up, and there's a Ferris wheel just over here, so it's a very touristy place. And you can see that the actual shops here, you've got ice cream and various games and stuff like that. Just over here is a statue, a monument that might be my first disappointment, to be honest. I was expecting these two huge kind of figures and they don't look anywhere near as big as what I thought they were going to be. Well, let's go and check them out anyway. And this is Ali and Nino, which was placed here in 2010, and the characters are actually from a novel. And if you look closely, they are actually moving. I didn't think the whole thing moved until night time, but they are actually moving very close together. Ali was an aristocrat, a Muslim from Azerbaijan, and Nino was a Georgian princess, and their love was forbidden. And what happens if you wait around here long enough, which I'm not going to do because it's bloody pissing it down, is they meet, they come together, but they never touch. Do you know what? It's probably not going to take that long. Before I move on out of this area, my Google Maps has got something saved on it called oversized shoes. Now, I'm not exactly sure. I think it's just basically a monument of some oversized shoes, but I can't find it, and I really don't want to leave here without having seen the oversized shoes of Batumi. Maybe they're not here anymore. I think this is the most interesting building that I've come across so far. This is the Technological University Tower, and it was completed in 2012, but it never opened. It's been left empty ever since. It was sold in 2015. It was never used as a university building, and It's really, really unusual because it's the only building in the world that has a Ferris wheel built into it. Building a Ferris wheel into the side of a building proved to be more difficult than anticipated because of the positioning, the winds, and also the soil underneath it made it impossible to operate. So it never actually functioned. Who knows what it will end up as? It's now 10 years since it was completed and it's still empty. It's really bizarre being in this area because this is all super modern, and then you just take a look to your right and these old crumbling tower blocks, residential tower blocks. I was speaking to someone last night, some guy from one of the craft beer places, and he said the locals all hate this area. They hate this building here, which has been built and then just left abandoned. And apparently all of this was built with Chinese money. Chinese developers came here and started building these huge skyscrapers that directly overlook the old town. And you can see why people would not appreciate all these huge constructions. Personally, I love it. I love the contrast, but I don't live here. Look at the views over in the background, the mountains over there. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I've still not eaten anything yet. Luckily, last night I ate enough pork and potatoes to probably keep me going for about a week. That was a serious amount of food that I ate last night. I also had the local soup, harco, which I actually made during lockdown. And having never had it before, never tasted it before, I had no idea whether what I made was anything like the actual soup. But it was a pretty good effort. The one I had yesterday tasted pretty much like what I remember mine tasting like. Lots of dill. I haven't managed to find the oversized shoes, but I have come across this, which is called Me, You and Batumi, and it features what looks like a pretty well-off couple enjoying a nice cup of tea. Won't want to drink that. Apparently there are a number of these sculptures all along the seafront, and it's all about love, things that people love to do, and this guy is playing golf. I'm not sure if this is the main beach in Batumi, but you're going to need more than a towel if it is. What the hell? Come back in about a million years. There's the Black Sea. Not seen the Black Sea since Varna, Bulgaria. I just got to this point here and looked on Google Maps, and just to make sure that I wasn't missing anything in this area, and one of the things I clicked on was the golf monument, and then on the images for that monument there was a picture of the kid with the oversized shoes. I thought, I can't leave without trying to find the oversized shoes, so I've just come back to the main street. I bloody found them, and here we have the oversized shoes of Batumi. I'm bloody glad I didn't miss out on these. You can actually put your feet in them as well. Check them out. Another one of these monuments. This one's the engagement monument. Just further down there's another one called First Love, and I think I'm going to go as far as that and then head back into the city, because as you can see, everything is closed on here. It's pretty much empty and it's just horrible and wet. I'm not likely to get any food on here, so I'm going to head to the First Love statue and then head back in this park and head out towards Europe Square. I'm liking Batumi so far, but the beach doesn't look up to much, to be honest. When I was doing my research for the city, it said all along the waterfront there are beach bars, and I'm guessing that's what this used to be. I've seen a few things like this, so it looks like all the beach bars are not open yet. Just over there looks like the thinnest skyscraper I've ever seen. Look at that. What the hell? I think I can safely gather that that is the First Love statue. Alright, it's time to get away from the seafront now. Head back to the city. Not sure what this is here. Looked on Google Maps, it just says it's a restaurant. I'm right in the centre of Batumi Boulevard now, and there's this display of dancing fairies, and there's lots of monuments all around. It's incredible. Everywhere you go there's something else to look at. I must have had to decide about, in the last 10 minutes, about half an hour which way to go, because I look left and there's something really interesting to look at. I look right, there's something really interesting to look at. Right in the centre of the boulevard we have the theatre. Beautiful building. Just over there is the Veterans Club. I just walked past that and could see all the old Georgian fellas playing games. Not sure what they were playing. Don't know if backgammon's a thing over here like it is in Turkey. This is the main entrance to the Summer Theatre, which was built in 1949. It's a beauty. The boulevard goes on forever. I can't actually see the end of this path. This is the guy who designed not only Batumi Boulevard that I'm in right now, but also the Batumi Botanical Gardens. Look at that for a beautiful sight. A really cute coffee shop there. This looks like bamboo. We have the Georgian flag here, surrounded by all these beautiful plants and these incredible skyscrapers. I had a good impression of what to expect before coming to Batumi. I'd seen the pictures of the crazy skyscrapers and the old town, so I guess it is like what I expected it to be. But I wasn't expecting this boulevard to be as beautiful as it is. It's absolutely stunning. It's so well maintained. It's absolutely beautiful. There's no one around at the minute. I guess that's because of the weather and because it's, what is it, Tuesday or something? I don't know what day it is. But they've certainly looked after the old place. I keep hearing these animal noises, bird noises. And I'm looking around to where the noise is coming from and I can't actually see any birds. And I think they're coming from these speakers. I think these speakers are pumping out animal noises. So I'm leaving the boulevard now to go and have a look in the city. Just made my way into the city and took my first right. And yeah, well, the buildings are looking pretty good so far. I mean, check this out. What the bloody hell's going on there? Christ almighty. Then right next door we have this. Check that out. What the hell? I don't know if that's a hotel. It looks like a hotel. Just stood in this one spot and we've just passed these buildings here, and then the next one is this thing. I don't know what the bloody hell's going on there. Then you've got these in front of us, which we've already seen, the world's thinnest skyscraper, and this old tower, which I don't know what it is. And then you've got this huge thing. And again, I don't know what it is. No information on Google. What an incredible city. Well done, Batumi. And then in the middle of it all, you have this tiny church. One thing that I've noticed about Georgia is you see a lot of Georgian flags, obviously. You also see a lot of EU flags. Now, Georgia's not in the EU, but also lots of Ukraine flags as well. Entrance to bars, cafes. They're really showing their support. One thing that I wasn't expecting, and has kind of been a pleasant surprise to be honest, is just how green the city is. I'm pretty much in the city centre now, and as you can see, I'm just surrounded by amazing little parks with wonderful plants and trees and flowers. It's a beautiful city. I've just arrived by accident in Europe Square. And check out some of the buildings here. It seems that the tower with the Ferris wheel is visible from just about every part of Batumi. Here we have the statue of Medea with holding up what looks like a slaughtered lamb. Now over there in the corner is, I think it's the town hall, but it's got a astronomical clock which I want to go and have a look at, but I've just spotted what looks like a mosaic, so I'm going to take a look at that first. And it is indeed a mosaic. Looks like a fairly recent one, to be honest. We've got the Georgian flag and the EU flag as well. Well, that's a beauty. Now in Prague, at the astronomical clock there, you would have hundreds of tourists stood outside waiting for it to chime the hour. Hardly anyone here. You can see again Georgia flag and Ukraine flag, another Ukraine flag there. Now that is a cinema. This place on the left, Sami Lude, is the place I went to last night for craft beer. And this place, Cha-Cha time. Be careful in there. I've not actually tried one yet. Right, I think I desperately need food. But it's now, what time is it? It's 3:30 and I've still not eaten anything. So I've decided to stop in this place called Free Space, which apparently is a place that helps people with disabilities. So it seems like a really cool place, and I'm going for the Algerian Khachapuri, which is like a traditional Georgian dish. It's very popular here, and I think it comes with like a raw egg, but I'm not sure. Well, here it is then, my first Algerian Khachapuri, and as you can see, the egg is pretty much, yeah. Well, that would normally put me off, but I'm not going to let it. I'm going to dig in and see what it's like. Okay, so we're at the OG bar, and the police have turned up because the woman who owns the hotel next door has complained. I'm trying to be discreet and not to trip over dogs, but it appears that everyone's leaving. The police are telling everyone to go. Some people are going, and in fact most people are going, to be fair. The whole place smells like weed, but weed is actually legal in Georgia, so that's not a problem. It's the noise. And the police have turned up and told everyone to bugger off, and it appears that everyone is buggering off. But not without a fight. Some people are still arguing the cause, but they're all very drunk, so they're probably not going to get very far. Anyway, I need to be careful because I'm filming Georgian police. And if any one of them sees me, I would imagine that they'll probably be not very happy about it.